SHRI Ramayana, Aranya Kanda, Book Number 3, Sarga 15, Roman numeral XXV 15, The Battle. When Kara, with the hosts he led, drew near to Rama's leafy shed, he saw that queller of the foe stand ready with his ordered bow. He saw, and burning at the view, his clanging bow he raised and drew, and bade his driver urge apace his car to meet him face to face. Obedient to his master's hest, his eager steeds the driver pressed on to the spot where, none to aid, the strong-armed chief his weapon swayed. Soon as the children of the night saw Kara rushing to the fight, his lords, with loud, unearthly cry, followed their chief and gathered nigh. As in his car the leader rode, with all his lords around he showed, like the red planet, fiery Mars, surrounded by the lesser stars. Then with a horrid yell that rent the air, the giant chieftain sent 1,000 darts in rapid shower on Rama, matchless in his power. The rowers of the night, impelled by fiery rage which naught withheld, upon the unconquered prince who strained his fearful bow, their arrows rained. With sword and club, with mace and pike, with spear and axe to pierce and strike, those furious fiends on every side the unconquerable hero plied. The giant legions, huge and strong, like clouds the tempest drives along, rushed upon Rama with the speed of whirling car and mounted steed, and hill-like elephant to slay the matchless prince in battle fray. Then upon Rama thick and fast the rain of mortal steel they cast, as laboring clouds their torrents shed upon the mountain monarch's head. As near and nearer round him drew the warriors of the giant crew, he showed like Shiva girt by all his spirits when night's shadows fall. As the great deep receives each reel, and river rushing from the hill, he bore that flood of darts and broke, with well-aimed shaft each murderous stroke. By stress of arrowy storm assailed, and wounded sore he never failed, like some high mountain which defies the red bolts flashing from the skies. With ruddy streams each limb was dyed, from gaping wounds in breast and side, showing the hero like the sun mid crimson clouds ere day is done. Then, at that sight of terror faint, grew god Gandharva sage and saint, trembling to see the prince oppose his single might to myriad foes. But waxing wroth, with force unspent, he strained his bow to utmost bent, and forth his arrows keen and true in hundreds, yea, in thousands flew. Shafts none could ward, and none endure. Death's fatal news was scarce so sure. As 'twere in playful ease he shot his gilded shafts, and rested not. With swiftest flight and truest aim, Upon the giant hosts they came. Each smote, each stayed a foeman's breath, as fatal as the coil of death. Each arrow through a giant tore a passage and besmeared with gore, pursued its onward way and through the air with flamy brilliance flew. Unnumbered were the arrows sent from the great bow which Rama bent, and every shaft with iron head the lifeblood of a giant shed. Their pennon bows were cleft, nor mail, nor shield of hide could aught avail, for Rama's myriad arrows tore through arms and bracelets which they wore, and severed mighty warriors' ties like trunks of elephants in size, and cut resistless passage sheer through gold-decked horse and charioteer, slew elephant and rider slew, the horseman and the charger too, and infantry unnumbered sent to dwell neath Yama's government. Then rose on high a fearful yell of rovers of the night who fell beneath that iron torrent sore, wounded by shafts that rent and tore, so mangled by the ceaseless storm of shafts of every kind and form. Such joy they found as forests feel when scorched by flame from Rama's steel. The mightiest still the fight maintained, and furious upon Rama reigned, dart, arrow, spear, with wild attacks of mace and club and battle axe. But the great chief, unconquered yet, their weapons with his arrows met, which severed many a giant's head, and all the plain with corpses spread. With sundered bow and shattered shield, headless they sank upon the field, as the tall trees that felt the blast of Garud's wing, the earth to earth were cast. The giants left unslaughtered there were filled with terror and despair, and to their leader Kara fled, faint, wounded, and discomfited. These fiery Dushan strove to cheer, and poise his bow to calm their fear. Then fierce as he who rules the dead, when wrath on angered Rama sped. By Dushan cheered, the demons cast their dread aside and rallied fast. With salas, rocks, palm trees in their hands, with nooses, maces, pikes, and brands. Again upon the godlike men, the mighty fiends infuriate ran. These casting rocks like hail, and these a whelming shower of leafy trees. Wild, wondrous fight the eye to scare, and raise on end each shuddering hair. As with the fiends who loved to rove, by night heroic Rama strove. The giants in their fury plied Rama with darts on every side. Then by the gathering demons pressed, from north and south and east and west, by showers of deadly darts assailed, from every quarter fiercely hailed. Girt by the foes who swarmed around, he raised a mighty shout whose sound struck terror on the giant crew. His great Gandharva arrow flew. 1,000 mortal shafts were rained from the orbed bow the heroes trained, till east and west and south and north were filled with arrows volleyed forth. They heard the fearful shout, they saw his mighty hand the bowstring draw, yet could not wounded giant's eye see the swift storm of arrows fly. Still firm the warrior stood and cast his deadly missiles thick and fast. Dark grew the air with arrowy hail, which hid the sun as with a veil. Fiends wounded, fallen, slain, all in a moment spread the plain, and thousands scarce alive were left, mangled and gashed and torn and cleft. Dire was the sight, the plain o'erspread with trophies of the mangled dead. There lay by Rama's missile rent full many a priceless ornament, with severed limb and broken gem, hauberk and helm and diadem. There lay the shattered car, the steed, the elephant of noblest breed, the splintered spear, the shivered mace, chowries and screens to shade the face. The giants saw with bitterest pain their warriors weltering on the plain, nor dared again his might oppose, who scourged the cities of his foes. Absolutely beautiful. Sri Ramayana. The greatest love story ever told. Romeo and Julia, Rama and Janaki. Jai Shri Ram, Hail Ram, Rama Victor, Victory to Rama. A larger than life Roman Christ, Rama and Krishna. Ciao.